welcome back. This episode we'll be looking at this JAP engine again. You probably know it from a couple of videos back. We managed to get it to spark, managed to get it to fire by putting some fuel down the spark plug hole. So I've been on the internet and I've managed to find a carburetor. Now it looks in a bit rough condition, so I think first things first, strip it down, have a look inside, clean everything, check it's all working fine. The tickler's seized, so that'll need unseizing. So I think first things first, we'll get some fluid on it. Right, so I've left that to soak for a few minutes. So that bit there actually screws into the engine. So I think if we try and get that off first. I wish everything was that easy. There's a little gasket. That'll need cleaning. Or make a new one. So I've got it apart. Everything seems to move alright. But as you can see, there's a lot of corrosion in there. So that does need a deep, deep clean. I might even have a spare one of these heads. So I think I'm going to have a look what I've got. There's your float. That's what basically floats up and down and shuts on and off your valve there, which I think is seized as well. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit. But anyway, I think we'll give it a good clean first and then we'll go from there. So I've let that tickler soak a little bit. I've managed to get it moving. So that spring there is some sort of, basically it's a return spring basically. So I think if we can pop that out of the way very gently, if we can. I might be able to pop that out and give it a very good clean so it slides up and down better. There we go. Right, I'll get that cleaned and I'll be back with you. Right, so I've got it all stripped and I thought I'd just do a little quick talk through of basically how the carburetor works. That's the top of the carburetor. That's your inlet there where your fuel goes in, and that is basically a little valve there, like that. So when that's up, it stops the fuel flow. When it's down, it fills up. That's your float chamber there, and that ball sits inside there. So when the fuel level basically comes up, it shuts that off like that and basically stops any more fuel from getting in. So basically it's like a ball cock basically on your toilet cistern. So yes, so inside there is your main jet. So basically that sprays out your fuel and then gets sucked into the engine that way. So you've got your little air, your little air restrictors there and everything. You've got your little adjusters, so I think we'll take them all out, make sure all your fuel passages are all clear. Give it a good clean, and I think that should be salvageable. Apart from that gasket there. But I think we'll make a new one. Right, it's tomorrow, which is dinner today. These have been soaking in diesel overnight. The fuel adjustment screw was absolutely seized solid. I've managed to get it out, but it did snap slightly more than it was already snapped. And also the air adjustment screw, that snapped as well. But I have got a spare head, which I think I'm going to use instead. It's in much better condition. So I think we'll swap the fuel shut off over to there, and we'll use that head instead. It's in the right size spanner, but it's pretty damn close. Right, so that's in there. Give these a bit more of a little clean out. It will fire the air compressor up and blast all the nozzles out and alls out and all that stuff. So we'll do that now. Right, so I've given the jet inside a bit of a blast out, all your fuel ways and everything. I found this gasket here. It's not right, but it does fit. So I think we'll go with that one rather than making a new one, and I think I'll order some new ones. A couple of spares up, I think. That way. That's it. Just like that. But I think we'll get this bolted all back together, and I think what we'll do next, we'll take the sump off the engine and give that a good clean out, get any gunk out. Right, so that's the carburetor back together. The threads were pretty much shot in there, so I had to bodge it and put some spacers in to save stripping them even more. I'll get them probably tapped out at some point. But say it is held together, so if it works, I'll probably invest a bit more time in sorting them threads out at the bottom. But what I want to do next, before I do anything, and if you can see down there, with your torch, it's here. I think we'll take the sump off and give that a good clean out before we try and start it. Right, so we'll get these 4 bolts out, and this will give us access to the sump. I've already loosened them off, but I did film that, but my camera decided to have a bit of a hissy fit, so I've lost all that. But it don't matter. So I'll just get these out. One. Two. That's 3. That's 4. So that should come off now. And there we go. That's the reason why I wanted to take it off. Right, so as you can see up there as well, quite a lot of gunk inside there. But yeah, that's the inside of a JAP engine. Let's get it cleaned. That's me lighter. Right, we'll get a good clean out. Get all this sediment out. That's my toothbrush. There it is. Get all of these little bits here. Get as much out as we can. Right, so I've got that all clean and inside there as well. Found a bit of glass, believe it or not, so that was good. Good job that's out. But I'm going to run it up anyway when I get it running, run it up and probably give it a couple of flushes. Well, yeah, it doesn't look bad, Nick, up there. But yeah, I've got the gasket here, so what I'm going to help it a little bit. I'm not going to put a new one on just yet, because I think I will have it apart again. So I'm going to give it a bit of help and use a bit of this Arlamar blue here. So we'll chuck some of that on. I've got a lot left. Don't need a lot anyway. Right, so I did most of that off camera because the tube literally had nothing left in it, so it took a while to get it out of the tube. So I'll get these bolts back. We'll probably chuck a little bit of oil in it, turn it over a few times, and fit the carb. I had to turn you off there because my compressor kicked in. But yeah, when I tighten these up, I always go corner to corner because it evenly distributes the torque and the seal. Right, so that's that. Let's get some oil in it and get the carb on it. I don't know how much this takes. So I'm just kind of guessing it. I'm going to do it just to the bottom of here. That should be enough. I've not actually got an oil cap for it, so we'll have to try and make something temporary. But yeah, I've just done it up to there. Yeah, we definitely need something on there to stop me from getting covered. Right, so I've got it hooked up to the fuel. I've got the carburetor all mounted. I've got the governor levers all connected. And I've got a temporary oil cap. So I think what we'll do, we'll spin it over, see if we can get it to run. If she fires, if she runs, we'll dial in the air fuel mixture and see how she runs. Well, as we've just seen, it does start up, it does run, runs quite well to be fair, just needs setting up properly. But yeah, I don't know if you noticed in the video, but you can see some oil stains up there. I didn't get it on camera, but I turned it over to get the oil running round a little bit before I did the proper start, and it caught into it and it started, and yeah, chucked oil all up there. Kind of wish I got it on camera, kind of glad I didn't, but hey ho, we live, we learn. I've got my temporary cap in there now. So if anybody knows anyone or has one, an oil cap for one of these, if you can maybe get in contact with me, I'd be interested in buying it, because I can't find one anywhere. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.